Shabbath. Exodus 28 Remember Yom Shabbat, to keep it holy. Exod 20-9 You are to work 6 days, and do all your work. Exod 20:10 But the seventh day is a Shabbat to Adonai your God. In it you shall not do any work, not you, nor your son, your daughter, your male servant, your female servant, your cattle, nor the outsider that is within your gates. Exod 20:11 For in 6 days Adonai made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and rested on the seventh day. Thus Adonai blessed Yom Shabbat, and made it holy. Deuteronomy 5:12-14 Observe Yom Shabbat to keep it holy, as Adonai Sabaoth your God commanded you. 6 days you are to labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is a Shabbat to Adonai Sabaoth your God. In it you are not to do any work, not you or your son or your daughter, or your slave or your maid, or your ox, your donkey or any of your livestock or the outsider within your gates, so that your slave and your maid may rest as you do. Genesis 2:3 Then God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, for on it he ceased from all his work that God created for the purpose of preparing. Mark 2:27-28 Then he said to them, Shabbat was made for man, and not man for Shabbat. So the Son of Man is Lord even of Shabbat. Yeshua the Lord of the Shabbats and Modim. Matthew 12:7-8 If you had known what this means, I desire mercy, not sacrifice, you wouldn't have condemned the innocent. For the Son of Man is Lord of Shabbat. The Sabbath. Leviticus 23:3 Work may be done for 6 days, but the seventh day is a Shabbat of solemn rest, a holy convocation. You are to do no work, it is a Shabbat to Adonai Sabaoth in all your dwellings. Exodus 31:15 6 days may work be done, but on the seventh is the Sabbath of rest, holy to Yehovah. Whoever does any work in the Sabbath day, he shall surely be put to death. Hebrews 4:9-11 So then there remains a rest, a Sabbath, to the people of God. For he who has entered into his rest, he also has ceased from his own works, as God did from his. Therefore let us labor to enter into that rest, lest anyone fall after the same example of unbelief. A woman with a disabling spirit Luke 13:10 And he was teaching in one of the synagogues on the Sabbath. Luke 13:11 And behold, there was a woman who had a spirit of infirmity 18 years, and she was bowed together and was not able to be completely erect. Luke 13:12 And when Yeshua saw her, he called and said to her, Woman, you are delivered from your infirmity. Luke 13:13 And he laid his hands on her. And instantly she was made erect, and she glorified God. Luke 13:14-17 And answering, the synagogue ruler, being angry because Yeshua had healed on the Sabbath day, said to the crowd, There are 6 days in which it is right to work. Therefore in them come and be healed, and not on the Sabbath day. And the Lord answered him and said, Hypocrite! Does not each one of you on the Sabbath loosen his ox or ass from the stall and lead it away, to give it drink? And ought not this woman, being a daughter of Abraham whom Satan has bound, lo these 18 years, be loosened from this bond on the Sabbath day? And when he had said these things, all his adversaries were ashamed. And all the people rejoiced for all the glorious things that were done by him. Hebrews 4:11 Therefore let us labor to enter into that rest, lest anyone fall after the same example of unbelief. Leviticus 26:2 You shall keep my Sabbaths and revere my sanctuary. I am Yehovah. Deuteronomy 5:15 And remember that you were a slave in the land of Egypt, and Yah your God brought you out from there with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm. Therefore Yehovah your God commanded you to keep the Sabbath day. Luke 6:5 And he said to them, The Son of Man is Lord also of the Sabbath. The weekly Sabbaths and the 7 feasts of Yehovah during the Hebrew calendar year. Lev 23:1-2 And Yehovah spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the sons of Israel and say to them, the feasts of Jehovah, which you shall proclaim, holy convocations, even these are my appointed feasts. Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, First Fruits, Pentecost, Feast of Trumpets, Day of Atonement and Feast of Tabernacles.